I don't think you should pay off your student loans. Your passion won't pay your bills. I do not give to charity. You don't need to work hard to make money. Don't come for me, they're just my opinions. Hey honeybees, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is CIARA and I make videos on finance and lifestyle. I'm a full-time mortgage loan officer and YouTuber, and I've helped thousands of people to buy homes and build wealth. So I take everything I know and I share it with you in hopes you will build wealth also. So I got such a great response from the first video I did of my unpopular money opinions. You do not need to pay off debt. Go buy that Gucci bag. Saving money in a bank account is not smart. I thought I would do a part 2. These are just my personal views. I respect everyone's views. I'm not saying that my views are law. They're just literally personal opinions that I hold. If you guys agree or disagree, I would love for you to chime in the comments below. Don't come for me. They're just my opinions. Let's get into it. My first unpopular money opinion is that your passion won't pay your bills. Rich celebrities will tell you that they achieve their success by following their passion, but that doesn't work for everyone. What's easier is for most of us to earn a living through our strengths rather than our passion. Any work that you glamorize or idealize usually has some form of a downside in that it requires behind the scenes work. Victoria's Secret as a young adult was my favorite brand ever. I could go in there and spend so much money and spend all day and night. I thought when I just needed a quick summer job that working at Victoria's Secret would be ideal because it's my favorite store. What I quickly found out, working in the store is a lot different than just shopping in the store. You have to keep the panty table straight, manage your section, sell charge cards. There were times we would have to wake up at 6 a.m. We had just been out the night before on 3 hours of sleep. Working there taught me that everything that glitters isn't gold. Just because you love it, just because you're passionate about it, does not mean you will be good working at it or that you will even enjoy it as a job. Number 2, company loyalty will make you poor. If you're not switching jobs regularly, you're actually leaving money on the table. Taking a new position at a different company is one of the best ways to get a substantial raise. I read an article about a guy who switched jobs 5 times in his 14-year span in his career, and he got a 15 to 20% raise each time. And actually, this even ended up increasing his salary well beyond inflation. Now, I'm not saying that to say go find a new job every year. That doesn't look great in terms of consistency and stability. But once you are no longer growing somewhere or making enough money, think about either negotiating a higher salary or looking to switch companies. Number 3, you don't need to work hard to make money. One thing that I've read a lot of wealthy people, millionaires, billionaires talk about first and foremost is putting their physical and their mental health and prioritizing that to be their number 1 priority. It is so important to prioritize your physical and mental health so that you can feel happier, more energetic, productive, and creative. If your physical or mental health is not where it needs to be, you will not excel in anything that you do. Everything starts with your mindset. Making sure to first prioritize your physical and mental health over hustling and working all the time is actually going to make you more successful than if you're just trying to work yourself down, beat yourself down. May be successful for a while, but eventually that's going to wear on you. It's not going to give you the outcome that you want. Also, there's a lot to be said for working smarter and not harder. In the times when I worked the hardest, I actually made the least. Working smarter meant learning how to prioritize, manage my time, delegate, outsource, ask for help when I needed, and maximizing efficiency. So take it from me, just because you work really hard does not mean you're going to be successful, or at least that's what I think. Prioritize yourself first so that you can become successful. Work smarter and not harder. Now, my next unpopular money opinion is that I do not give to charity. Now, while the idea of giving to charity is both selfless and a tax write-off for many people, I prefer to give directly to those in need. Most charities are reputable and helpful, but I don't fully trust every single charity that's out there asking for money. Most of them are nonprofit. Yes, they are helping those people in need, but there's not as much regulation. How do I know where exactly my money is going to? How do I know when? And how do I know the outcome? Personally, I prefer to give money directly. I can't wait until I'm filthy rich because because I want to do things like if I'm in the grocery store and I see a single mother and she can't pay for her groceries, I want to pay for her groceries and give her $1,000 cash. To me, it's much more worth it to get that immediate satisfaction and see that person immediately impacted than to get a tax write-off. Now, for example, we saw what happened with the whole Black Lives Matter fiasco. There was so much money given to the organization. It wasn't regulated very much and it wasn't clear where the money was going. It seems a lot of money was going to the founder and the board's personal financial goals rather than going to families that have experienced police brutality. To me, that is just, it's a shame. It's really sad. That situation even more so brought home the point that I want to be able to impact people directly rather than just giving my money to a charity and allowing them to decide where the money goes. And last but not least, my probably most unpopular money opinion in this video. There's so many people gonna come for me for this one. I don't think you should pay off your student loans. Now, let me follow that by saying a general rule of thumb for financial success is to instead aggressively invest rather than pay off your student loans. And that is if the average return on your investments is higher than the interest rate on your student loans. So let me put that, caveat out there because I don't want you guys being like, CIARA told me F these student loans, forget the student loans, you don't need to pay them, goodbye, who cares, whatever, they're in the wind, I don't care, I'm not paying them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying look at what makes more financial sense. A conservative but plausible return on investment is about 6% per year. And that's being very conservative. If your student loan interest rates are higher than that, so higher than 6% or the average return you'd get on an investment, then you'd save more money by paying them off and avoiding the higher interest charges. However, if your student loan interest rates are less than 6%, consider putting extra money towards retirement or a brokerage account for non-retirement investing. Now, if you do this over the long term, your investment could potentially earn more compared to the savings you would get from paying off your student loan early. And furthermore, if you haven't repaid your student loans in 30 years, they actually get wiped completely clean. A rare fact that people don't talk about is that apart from the highest earners, most borrowers will never have to pay back the full amount that they borrowed. You may never pay a penny back, or you may end up clearing your total debt. But your annual repayment amount will never amount to more than 9% of your income, and for a maximum of 30 years. So what does that mean? Basically, the connotations of being in financial debt are actually way worse than the financial reality when it comes to student loans. I know that it can make many people feel unsuccessful, they're deep in debt, they're financially a failure, but if you can get your head around the fact that a student loan is not real debt, then you should start feeling better about it. Look at it as less of a debt and more like graduate tax or contribution, because what other type of debt will vary by how much you make or gets erased after a certain amount of time or can be altered so much. Student loans are almost not like real debt. And if you are someone who is required to take out student loans to achieve your dream, look at it as an investment in your future and one that has given you huge enjoyment and many advantages on top of your degree. So I'm not saying for everybody to throw their hands in the air and not pay their student loans. What I am saying is, in my opinion, it's smarter if you're strategic about when, how, and if you will pay your student loans. Okay, I hope you all aren't too mad at me, but I would love to hear any pushback or agreement with my unpopular money opinions. If you found this in any way helpful or entertaining, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be a part of the Honeybee fam. Hit the bell button so you can be notified when I upload again. If you're in need of a real estate agent, make sure to check out my home and money link below. And if you need any loan officer coaching or home buying consulting, I do offer coaching calls. Hit my Calendly link below to get scheduled with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. I love you to the bank and back, and I will see you in my next video.